What's up, everybody? It's your boy mel.on.mars. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Wednesday, and every Wednesday I do a relationship topic. And today's topic is a little goofy, but bear with me. Well, if you watch wrestling during the 90s, you knew it was one guy that took over the WWF by storm. And it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this guy was phenomenal. He had extreme charisma. I mean, I didn't know a kid that didn't want to be this guy. Either him or The Rock. But Stone Cold was my guy. And I want to share with you guys why I believe that Donald Trump is the new Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you guys don't remember, back in the 90s, when Stone Cold Steve Austin had first came to the WWE, he was the ringmaster. He was led by Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. He was supposed to be a bad guy. Stone Cold Steve Austin came out initially as a bad guy, as the ringmaster. Now, even as his name changed, he changed his name over to Stone Cold from ringmaster. He started changing his persona a little bit, started being more of himself, his true personality. And Stone Cold came to the ring every time and he was booed by the audience. I know some of you guys may say that, you know, the audience determines who they boo, who they cheer. Not actually. There are certain things that the WWE, WWF does or did and still do to sway the audience response. And everything Stone Cold did at that point was to make him a villain, a heel, as they call it in wrestling. But there was a turning point that the WWE maybe didn't really see coming. They probably did, but it's more than likely they didn't. Stone Cold Steve Austin fought against Bret Hart, who was a cookie cutter guy. He was the guy that the WWE had leaned on for so many years as the champion. He was the probably the most famous champion since Hulk Hogan. So Bret Hart and Stone Cold had a match called a submission match. Basically, you could not pin your opponent for 1, 2, 3. You actually have to make them quit or make them tap out with a submission. So this match went on forever. It got so bad Stone Cold was bleeding all out of his head. And the moment that made fans love Stone Cold Steve Austin was he's sitting in the pool of his blood. And he never tapped out. He passed out instead of tapping out. So that let everybody know this guy had so much grit and determination. From that moment on, Stone Cold was a fan favorite. Now, if we transition this to the political world, this same bravado, this same negative stigma, everything that was supposed to happen for Stone Cold was supposed to happen for Donald Trump. The left did everything they could to make Donald Trump to be a villain, to make Donald Trump be a heel, make him be, during the election process, they did everything they could to make Donald Trump a bad guy to so many of us. But anybody who can look through that and read through that, they were able to use your own brain, your own mind to determine who this guy really is. You really came to your own conclusion that this guy wasn't that bad of a guy. He was a regular guy, just like Stone Cold. The reason Stone Cold was able to relate to so many people because he came across as a regular guy. He went on later on in his career to piss off Vince McMahon all the time and get into it with his boss. I mean, who didn't want to punch your boss in the balls? I mean, who didn't want to pour a beer on your boss? I mean, that resonated to so many people. And that's exactly what Donald Trump is doing. Everything that you guys on the left are against, that's exactly what people on the right are for. Well, at least me. I know we got some never Trumpers, but there's a lot of people who are sick and tired of the stigma of you gotta be perfect, you gotta be this cookie cutter. We want people out here that can say what you feel. And that's exactly what Stone Cold did. Hillary was Bret Hart. If anybody don't remember how Bret Hart left, Bret Hart was promised to be the champion of WWE going forward. But they transitioned that championship over to, I know my analogy don't fit 100%, but they transitioned that championship over to Shawn Michaels, and it pissed Bret Hart off. And he never became a cookie cutter person again. From that point on, his remaining his career, he became a heel. And I believe everybody now is starting to see through Hillary's bullcrap and realize how much of a heel and a horrible person her and Bill really are. And Obama. Who was Obama? If we want to keep this WWF analogy going, Obama is Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, if you guys don't know, I'm sure everybody knows Hulk Hogan, was this cookie cutter, all-American, just perfect, seemingly perfect wrestler. And he was a champion for so many years. But if you know anything about the WWF, you know that Hulk Hogan was a horrible person behind the scenes. Not only was he a horrible person, he was a horrible wrestler. Because he was all bark and no bite. He would get on stage and he had the most intense and the most amazing promotions, him and Mean Gene Okerlund. But once it's time to actually put the work in, he get in the match, get beat up the whole fight, and then do 2 moves at the end and end up winning. That's what I feel like Obama is. He all bark and no bite. He tell you so many things what he gonna do. Yes, we can, and what we gonna do for this group, what we gonna do for that group, but really nothing got done. Nothing got done, especially for people that really look like him or his hometown, Chicago. Nothing got done. So Obama and Hulk Hogan are all bark and no bite. But for some reason or other, just like Hulk Hogan, Obama looks like the greatest president of all time, which he's not. He did not do anything for our country other than actually put it in the worst condition than what Bush left it. So at the end of the day, Donald Trump is stone cold. You may not like his method, but honestly, for anybody who's looking for a realness and looking to come out of that cookie cutter and just things that sound good but really has no functionality behind it, if you're looking for that, Donald Trump is your guy. And this guy's gonna win in 2020 again because people like me will vote for him, and we're gonna continue to set a standard that you can't control me. I'm not gonna be pushed over no more. I'm not gonna allow you as a liberal to control me and control the words I say and take away my constitutional rights. It's no longer going that way. It's done with the days of the master manipulator. Hulk Hogan and Obama were master manipulators. Hulk Hogan did everything he could back and behind the scenes to remain the champion. And any match that he wasn't the champion, he would not cooperate in. He had to have creative control over everything. And the same thing with Obama. He's a master manipulator. Talk a good game, but don't have no functionality. He nowhere near completed the things that he said he would do. So I know just because I say I like Trump, people gonna give me thumbs down this video, gonna get all emotional. I don't give a care, because you in your emotions. If you really step outside of CNN, if you really step outside of MSNBC or any other media outlet, you tell me what Trump has done. You tell me, not the things you've been fed, but you tell me what Trump has done that has really put our country in a bad direction and has really been racist, has really been sexist. You tell me what he's done since he's been the president. I'm waiting. At the end of the day, everybody loved Donald Trump prior to him becoming the president. You guys got to understand this is an agenda that's been pushed by the left. And all they want to do is brainwash you just so they can get your vote. I'm your boy mel.on.mars. I'm going to give you the authentic truth no matter how much it hurts you. I'm not scared whatsoever, so definitely hit me in the comment section if you got something to say. Let me hear you. And as always, let's grow.